Hello friends, welcome to my channel Maths Online Tutor. Today our topic is number systems. We are going to see what are the different types of numbers and how can we define them and categorize them. This is a very fundamental as well as important concept, okay? So everyone should know about it. So let's start now. So different types of numbers are the natural numbers, whole numbers, and then integers, followed by rational numbers, and finally we have the irrational numbers. So let us see their definition one by one. What are natural numbers? Simply we can say natural numbers are nothing but counting numbers. Counting numbers. Like we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on so forth, like this, okay? So this list of the number which starts from 1 and goes on like this is known as natural numbers, okay? So the smallest natural number is 1 and the maximum is undefined, we can say, because it can go on and on and on. It can be undefined. It's infinity, we can say, undefined. The next one is the whole numbers. So natural numbers and whole numbers are closely related in the sense that if we just add 0 to the collection of the natural number, like if we just say 0 and then the remaining counting numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this set of the number, this whole set or whole new collection with a 0 added to the collection of the natural number, this will be the whole numbers, okay? So we can say 0 and natural number together makes up the whole number, okay? Now comes integer. Integers are like whole numbers with the negative numbers. Like if we say, like we have the numbers like -1, -2, -3, or if we come in ascending order, like if we say -5, -4, -3, because we are coming from negative infinity, and then -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and likewise. So all of these numbers together, they are integers. So we can say integers are like whole numbers with the negative numbers, like a negative of the 1 is -1 and negative of the positive 2 is -2 and negative of the positive 3 is -3, likewise, okay? So this collection of the number is known as integers, okay? Then we have rational number. So let us see the definition of rational number separately, because it is something we have to understand a little bit, okay? A rational number is defined as a number in the form of P over Q, where P and Q are integers and Q should not be equals to 0. Also, we have to note down that the P and Q should not have a common factor other than 1. That means their highest common factor should be 1, and those two numbers or such a pair of number whose highest common factor or SCF is 1 is known as coprime. That means P and Q should be coprime. P and Q should be coprime, okay? So for example, just to understand it, if we say 1 over 2 or like 2 over 4 or like 9 over 18, they are all equivalent fractions, okay? But the rational number is 1 over 2 because this is the simplified version, or this is the in the simplest form, okay? One more example just to understand, like if we say 7 over 9 or 14 over 18 or 63 over 81, all of these are equivalent fractions, but the simplest one is 7 over 9, so this is the rational number. So just as a review, any number in the form of P over Q, where P and Q are integers and the Q, that is the denominator, should not be 0, such a number is known as a rational number, okay? Now let's move on to the final one, which is the irrational number. But before moving to that, note one thing. A rational number, when it's expressed in the form of decimal, it's always, we can say, it's terminating or repeating decimal. I'll just explain it when I'll just give examples in the later videos, okay? But just remember, terminating decimal or a repeating decimal can be expressed in the form of a rational number, okay? Whereas anything left, like if we get a fraction, a rational number, if we get any decimal in the form of non-terminating or non-repeating, then we can say that decimal is an irrational number. For example, we can say like 0.1010001000, and likewise there is no pattern, okay, specific pattern which is continuously followed. So we can say this is an irrational number. Likewise, we can say root 2 is an irrational number, root 3 is also an irrational number, root 4 is not an irrational number because root 4 is equals to 2, which is an integer, okay? And also we have like root 5 and the pi, you know, which is 3.14 something, that is also a non-repeating decimal, okay? Non-terminating, non-repeating. So there can be many examples. An irrational number is a number which is non-terminating or non-repeating. So before we conclude this video, let us summarize everything with the help of this diagram. Whatever types of numbers that we saw in this video were a real number. So what is a real number? So real number is basically categorized in two types. The first one is the rational number and the other one is the irrational number. The irrational number cannot be further categorized. So rational numbers can be divided into integers, whole numbers and natural numbers. So as we see this diagram, we can observe that the integer is getting derived from the rational number, and so is whole number from the integers and natural number from the whole numbers. So I'll explain the significance of this diagram in the next video, that is part 2 of this series. So till then, keep watching it. Thank you.